Hello! I just wanted to pop in and share a little bit about my program, the Embodied Goddess Sisterhood, and I wanted to share that we have a couple spots open for July and that I'm also doing sort of like a next round of the Embodied Goddess Mastermind for coaches only. So just wanted to give you a little overview because I know that in today's world, right, we can think that being a goddess means something that, we don't understand or whatever. So I wanted to give you a little insight into what I believe and what I see this program really doing for the women that have been through it. And what I see first and foremost is huge transformations in ways that other methods of healing or therapy or whatever haven't been able to tap into with the women that I work with and that are part of this program. So first wanted to kind of preface it with that and say that the transformations are massive, but I wanted to give you an idea of what we're actually doing. So for me, what this looks like is what it's about. First of all, my intention for the program is really to bring together and create a union of the spiritual or the divine and our humanness, right? Because these woo-woo concepts and these spiritual concepts can get really ungrounded to the point where we're sort of just spiritually bypassing and not realizing that we're also humans living in this world in the 21st century with very real things coming up for us, right? Like materialistic things, financial things, money, abundance, relationships. There are so many things that are just rooted in the real world that if we're not addressing them, then we can't possibly be fully living, loving, and leading our lives in the best way possible. So that's the first piece. So it's really about taking spiritual concepts and applying them to what life looks like in the real world today. It's about integrating the best of both worlds and really restoring balance and wholeness. It's about creating a new model and a new process and a new definition of success in business, achievement, and personal development that's really more in tune with our natural rhythms as women, our desires, our instincts, and our superpowers as women specifically. And this is a conversation that most people aren't having, which is really upsetting. And it's what I'm feeling called to share with the world through my mission, through my business, all of it. And I really want for women to recognize these gifts and know that there's nothing wrong with you. Just because you're emotional, just because all these other things that are like stereotypically feminine, whatever, it doesn't mean that you're weak or less than or not powerful. In fact, you're powerful in different ways, and society has sort of labeled those things as weak because it's not the masculine way, and society in the patriarchy is designed around valuing the masculine and undervaluing the feminine. So it's about really restoring the balance there. And it's not an either or between feeling beautiful and feeling ascended. It's about feeling both and more. So you can feel both spiritual and successful. You can feel both soulful and successful and feminine. You can feel all of the ways all at the same time. You can have that wholeness and that richness and fullness that you're craving in your life, in your business, in your coaching practice, whatever it is. It's really about fullness and flow and rebooting our entire systems by devoting ourselves to living, loving, and leading from a place of responsibility for ourselves and as stewards of this planet. So that's true leadership to me, is really being able to leave the world a better place than we found it and be able to take a stand for something that we deeply believe in, that we're feeling called to heal in the world. It's really about realigning with our soul's purpose and taking off the masks that are placed upon us by society that say women can either be beautiful or intelligent. And really noticing the integration and finding that balance between, oh, I can have all of that. I can be both beautiful and I can feel both beautiful, because you are beautiful regardless of what your perception is. You're a beautiful, amazing creature. But I can feel both beautiful and successful and intelligent and sexy and soulful and all of the ways at the same time, and it's not an either or conversation. And it's not about just operating from the neck up and really overvaluing my intelligence or my brain and overthinking everything, but it's about also using the wisdom that's inherent in my body, that my body is giving me in every moment, that I just need to learn how to decode. So it's also about that. And it's about getting tuned in and turned on and tuned up by the magic that is this life. So tuning in meaning getting present, getting quiet, being with ourselves, deeply knowing ourselves. Turned on meaning really tuned into the pleasure and the magic and the fullness of the life experience. And then tuned up by the magic, because this life is freaking magical. It's amazing when you really understand the way that it works and the way that it can work for you, which is magical and fully perfect and aligned. And when we can accept that and we get to the place where we really trust and are surrendered, amazing things start happening in huge frequency. Like, it just keeps coming in and in and in and in, and there's more than enough. So it's really also, just to reiterate, about taking ownership for your experience and stepping into leadership by becoming more of your authentic self so that you can truly access and live your mission. You can't truly access and live your mission if you don't deeply know yourself and understand yourself on a soul level, because you wouldn't know what that is. Maybe you're going to chase something that you think is what you want, that you think is what's right for you, and then you get there and it feels totally empty. So that's why I really say it's necessary for you to know yourself before you start taking action. You want to take inspired action, not just frenetic action that puts you in motion maybe, but then you're spinning your wheels if you're not really getting anywhere, or you're getting to a destination that feels less than aligned for you. So it's just so many ways that we get ourselves off track instead of really tuning in and listening. And so that's what this program teaches. It's about surrendering to the guidance and the lessons that are offered to you through the messengers that show up in your life, which can be anybody. It could be me right now. It could be a flower. It could be a conversation that you overhear. It could be a person that you meet in an airport or something. It could be just any opportunity that is coming to you. Listen and pay attention and get tuned into what that could possibly mean, or what the lesson is there for you, or how it's going to help you grow. And even if it's a triggering experience, right? It's an experience that's coming into your life that you're like, this is really freaking hard. Well, yeah, it's preparing you for something else. You're getting stronger. You're building a new muscle, and that's not easy. So that's why I love the sisterhood piece of this program, because you get the support you need to navigate those tough situations. And they're all experiences that just train you for what's next. But in order to do all of that I just described, you first must master the feminine arts of being and receiving and listening, witnessing without judgment, being fully present, tuned into the beauty. All of these skills create a foundation for the magic, and without them, life can be full of disappointments and suffering and other icky stuff. So it's really necessary that we as women in the 21st century, as ambitious women in the 21st century, really learn how to master ourselves and integrate the mind, the heart, the experiences we're having, all of it, that we learn how to take a holistic view of what's really going on so that we can actually change the world in the way that we want to, instead of feeling like we're forcing or managing or, just not really being as powerful as we could be, but really showing up powerfully in every single situation in our lives so that we can create change. And even if that's writing a blog post, maybe that's the change you create for the week. Maybe it's filming a video. Maybe it's having a conversation of depth with someone that you just met. It doesn't matter what it is and what form that it comes, but when you are in that place of alignment, that inherently allows other people to be in that space around you, and it feels nourishing for them to be in your presence. So you're automatically creating healing in all things, in every way that you show up, everywhere you are, and it's creating a new example of what it looks like to be a successful woman in the 21st century. And the more examples and the more models we can have of that, the better off that we are, because then we're reinforced, and then we feel supported, and then we feel like anything is possible. So if you're feeling like this resonates with you, I'd love to invite you to join us. You can find the link below this video to hop on in to the program. It's a 6-month commitment, and you are going to be a completely different woman on the other side of that 6 months, I promise you, if you show up fully and do the work, if you're willing and ready to receive the magic and the messages from the goddess archetypes and from the work that we're doing together in Sisterhood. And I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you. And I can't wait to talk to you soon. Sign up below to join us now. We have a couple spots open to start in July, so hop on in and join us. And if you are a coach, please email me for a special spot. This program is sort of invite only, so if you are interested in joining the Embodied Goddess Mastermind, please send me an email at emily@emilycasselofficial.com. I'll put a link below this video to do that as well, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Talk to you soon. Bye!